Welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen for Monday, February 3rd, 2025. I declare the meeting open at 6:05 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you all. Next, first thing on our agenda is to approve the warrants. We're looking at approving warrant 25-16 payables, payroll 25-15 payables, and also for executive minutes to be released for July 29th, 24 and 12/2/24. What would the board like to do with those?
I'll make a motion to approve warrants WR 25-16 payables, PR 25-15 payroll, and approve the minutes for release. Executive session minutes of July 29th, 2024 and December 2nd, 2024, and to release them to the town clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public session. Do we have anybody here for public session? Anybody on Zoom for a public session? Nobody? Okay, we'll continue then. Special town meeting date and discussion, since we couldn't hold the special town meeting because we didn't have time for the agenda when our systems went down. We have to schedule for a separate one. We have to remember that we have to have it posted 2 weeks ahead of time. So we have to give at least, think about it for 3 weeks. Does anybody have a suggestion as to when they would like to see it being held?
Would there be any objections if we made that decision at the next meeting Monday night? To see if Phil gets anything more back as far as Skyline Drive from the attorneys, so that we could possibly wrap that up. I mean, no later than next Monday to set.
It's a possibility that we'll have added information for the special town meeting.
Cross the fingers.
We're getting that close.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think?
Yep.
It'll just make a difference of 2 weeks, though,
Hmm.
really.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
just thinking.
Well, actually, no, because we're meeting next week. We meet every Monday right now.
Right.
So it would only make about a week's
About a week,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah,
Week
that's not
different.
bad.
That's fine.
That wouldn't be.
That way, if it wraps up, we wouldn't have to do a
Yeah,
singular
get it
special.
done.
town
Right,
meeting.
I agree. I agree. You don't
Yeah,
want to
good
keep
idea.
having to hold town meetings. If we don't have to, if we can get them all in one, I think that's the better thing to do. Do I hear a motion?
I move we set the date for the special town meeting that was postponed. To make that decision next Monday, or do we want to set the date? We could do it either way. Give it the week and then
You can just set it next Monday. That way.
let's set it up.
I think that's just as easy to do as if we set it for next
Okay, all
Monday.
right. So the motion is to set the meeting date at our next selectmen's meeting a week from now.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And we're beginning our budget season in depth now, so we're doing the FY 26 budget meetings, and first on the list is the Highway Department. Patrick?
It's spread thin. I know, with the financial struggles with the town, I did my best to level fund the accounts that needed to be level funded. The there's quite a few expenses with the highway department being with the as big as our department does and is, there's just a lot to consider. Would you like me to go through each and every one or just an overview?
Maybe just the ones that reduce and the ones that would increase.
Okay.
Everything
Right,
that stays the
right. I
same
see,
is
I
kind
see
of,
quite a few reductions in there.
Yeah, so we can start with the telephone, the phone, my phone for the highway department. When I started we had changed to, I believe it was the AT&T FirstNet, and the bill was significantly lower. So I had taken off $700 for that. It's roughly $40 or $50 a month that I left a little leeway in there just in case something happens where plan changed or something had come up, whether the phone was damaged or whatnot. So I had reduced that. The following after the telephone would be building maintenance. That budget was raised roughly $600, $800, sorry. The building maintenance is, we're coming to the point now where the building is starting to see its year in age. We're having trouble right now with our lights, especially in the inside of the building. We have had an electrician come out and had start to quote the replacement of those lights because they're no longer, we have LED bulbs in them, but it's not the bulbs itself, it's the receptacle on either end that hold the bulb. They're obsolete, and we can't put something in there that's not, that we can't deem safe. So the light in itself has to be replaced. We can go through and replace them one at a time, but one light itself with 3 bulbs is anywhere between $250 to $300. So I wanted to put myself some leeway in there. If now with the building being from, I think it was 1999 or somewhere in there, maybe a set of light or 2 lights a year, and we can kind of slowly progress to replace those. Also, the maintenance of the generator, the contract we have to maintenance that also has gone up. It was like roughly 2.5% or so. So that was trying to accommodate for that. Again, it's very slim. I did my best to not try to, just throw a whole bunch of money into there and, say I'm gonna use it, but I don't. Vehicle maintenance was level funded, but that is also a budget that we should consider looking into in case there is a chance we can add to that budget. Vehicle maintenance right now is kind of like our priority being the peak of the season of the winter. We've had a few significant breakdowns already this winter. Luckily, we've had the funding for it, but it concerns me being with the age of the equipment that we could run into an issue where it could be more costly in the future. But I did level fund that because I can't really give an exact amount what it would cost to add additionally to the budget if something had happened. It's just parts are all over the place. They can range anywhere between $1 to 10 grand. It's just one of those things. So I had level funded that and left it alone. Repairs, hired equipment. I had reduced that just by the $196. The hired equipment is a good to have. Essentially the way I look at it is that if we have to rent a piece of equipment, and an excavator to do drainage ditches or anything else, but my biggest concern with hired equipment is we can rent a catch basin cleaner, and I'm certified to clean catch basins. I have my hydraulics license. It's 6,000, there's 150 basins in town, $6,000 exactly to clean those 150 basins. They haven't been done, to my knowledge, within the last 3 or 4 years. With the amount of sand we use, they probably should be done. So, but to rent a truck is about half that. It's about $3,000, and that's about a month time span, so we'd be able to get that done. 150 basins, you do 5 or 6, maybe even 8 a day, depending how deep they are or the condition they're in. That's kind of where I was going with hired equipment. It also covers other rentals and everything else that we, have to do with the department because, we don't have all the equipment to do all the jobs. So I like to give myself leeway there. Office supplies was level funded. The summer maintenance has been raised by $1,000. Again, road materials are increasing. There's just nothing I can do about that. Summer maintenance also applies to our sweeping budget, which can pay for gutter brooms and main brooms, which are significantly raising. Why, I don't know. I think it's just maybe because of metal prices. They are steel brooms. That and we could do it the old fashioned way and restuff our own brooms, but I feel that the amount of labor and time that we could go into it and the cost effectiveness, we'd be better off just buying new brooms like they have been for the last 15 or so years. And summer maintenance also going to go into culvert replacements, culvert pipes, those are just as expensive. Frames for basins if they're damaged. I've actually noticed a few today while we were plowing that some of the basin covers are damaged, they're cracked, they're broken, plows are running over them, trucks are running over them, everything else. Like even the frame out here in front of the town hall, that one's sinking, it's because it's broken. So, that's gonna have to be replaced. That extra $1,000 would give us that leeway. To the next one, garage supplies was level funded. Again, building maintenance and garage supplies kind of counteract with each other. Garage supplies being more or less, if we need tools or oil, grease, rags, anything like that, that's kind of going to fall under the same thing. We've spent quite a significant amount again on garage supplies as to what's left in there for the actual fiscal 25. So I did level fund it and I hope we don't have that anymore. The biggest thing after garage supplies is gonna be signs and street lines. As you can see, it's been raised significantly, about $7,500 to a total of 15,000. As of I was been told and aware of, I wasn't here at the time, but that budget was cut last year. We are running at the risk of public safety of not having our lines painted. Unfortunately, the state now has provided new requirements for street line painting. We no longer can run a single yellow center line on the roads. New Braintree had just run into that with their contractor redoing Ravine Road. They didn't get fined, but they were pretty close. So since the road hadn't been fully completed, they were able to change it in the nick of time. But having that said, our normal $8,000, $7,500-ish to paint road lines just went to $14,000 just because we're adding one more line. Which is a problem, but it still needs to be addressed. I think with that being said, some of the roads that are on the list to be painted won't be painted. Maybe shorter sections would be painted because, we're just being cost effective. Maybe we'll do, a quarter or half a mile before a stop sign, say on Berry Road or coming down Maple or, the line that's going down Ware Corner to Rutland there, where that intersection has changed, that will definitely have to be addressed. And then the bigger roads, 148 Old Turnpike, but that will cover the center lines and the 2 outer guidelines. And again, it's just public safety. If something happens with those lines not being there and, an accident, something happens in town and, we could be liable if they decided to say, hey, well, there was no lines painted or we couldn't see them. So that is in hopes that we can achieve that again with the price of street lines increased to roughly, I have a quote now for roughly 14,000. That's only going to leave us for $1,000 or less for street signs. We've been fortunate enough to where a lot of our signs haven't been destroyed or stolen. So I hope it stays that way. But street signs also aren't cheap. We've been finding that you can find some cheap small ones on Amazon and stuff, but the real ones with the town symbol that are reflective and everything, those are running like 150, 200 bucks a piece. So, that's just something to keep in mind. Plow blade supplies, I had cut that budget back. Every year, the highway department orders plow blades. We do have, roughly a plow blade. I believe our 11-foot plow blades, we have one spare for each truck. And I believe for the 1 tons, we just have one spare 9-footer. That'll get us through for the next following year, but $6,000 covered 2 blades. They're roughly 3,000 or 3,500 a piece. So with $4,000, if I need to order 1 blade because one truck went through one faster than another, at least I have that option. I can order it, so then we can keep continuing to have a spare on hand. You know, you hit a pothole wrong or a basin or something, they do crack, they do break. So, but with our supply stock now, I felt comfortable enough to cut that budget back $2,000 to accommodate for that. The uniforms I had raised, I was fortunate enough to get uniforms this year. I'm actually wearing one now. We have a jacket. I actually picked them up today. But that should cover us for a while, as long as everything fits. And, but uniforms, again, Cintas, we are gonna continue to keep Cintas for now. I feel comfortable that we have gotten Cintas straightened out. I had the sales rep come out and go over some things. We had reduced what we were purchasing from Cintas, which is, you know, we had throw rugs and other things that Cintas was giving us, and we paid per item. So for them to come and wash and exchange. So we had taken some stuff off. You know, I can go down to Leader or something. If we need a rug, then I'll just, you know, buy one and let it last for however long. I don't think it need to be part of that. We did cut our rags back because we kept on getting a significant amount of rags. But uniforms, just the change was a couple $100. That's just for the Cintas had went up this past January about 2%, but that accommodated for that. But also is accommodating for the price of boots. We've been as long as I know. The town of Oakham's been nice enough to provide work boots for the employees as a boot allowance. So with the price of boots being significantly higher, that would roughly give one employee about $180 to $200 for their boots for the year. So the tires and tubes account. Unfortunately, we are negative in that account right now, because of the impacts that we've had to, it doesn't show, I believe on here, it doesn't show yet, but it will be. Our oldest truck, our 96 International, the tires were original on it. They had blown out at the same time on the same side, and it did become a significant situation at the time. Wasn't the greatest trying to change out tires 2 o'clock in the morning on the side of the road, but we made it work. One tire for a 6-wheel dump truck is $480. So we just replaced all 4 for the oldest truck. If it does come to the point where we can replace that vehicle, those new tires will be put on another truck, and we will put some old spares or whatever on that truck. So then those $2,000 in tires aren't being wasted. But this past storm, out of inconvenience, for some reason, one of those brand new tires blew out. It could have been a bad tire. It could have been nicked. Something could have happened. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be covered under warranty, so it's going to be another $480 whack at us. Well, it wasn't something that was on the truck. I think it was just rather one, it was a bad tire. If they can prove it was, then it'll be warranted. But if not, then again, we're out another $480. Tires are not cheap. The loader tires, you know, one of them has a significant lash in it. If we have to replace that, I mean, that's $1,000 tire in itself. So I just had added to that because some of the tires on our vehicles are original and it is gonna be concerning as time goes on that whether how long they're gonna last. Highway dues, that, the dues had just gone up with Worcester County and, Worcester County Municipal and Mass Highway. It wasn't a lot. I think it's $100 for Worcester County and $150 for Mass Highway. But that does give us the resources to be part of the mutual aid program. So if something happens where we need mutual aid from another town or whatnot, that does look better if one of us on the highway department is part of that group. And then they can contact us directly or contact me directly. And road details, I had cut that back. I had spoken with Kevin Marderosian and he had given me the detailed rate as of right now. And I just put it that as 40 hours. I feel that 40 hours is significant enough for road details for us. I mean, really, I can only see details being on more of main roads, Old Turnpike, 148, maybe South Road or Hunt Road, maybe in some blind spot areas if we're working in that area. So I had reduced that back to the detail rate at 40 hours. Other than that, everything else for the snow and ice budget was level funded. I didn't want to touch that because there may be changes coming depending on other things when it comes to sand salt mix and whatnot. Diesel fuel, I really couldn't accommodate because I don't know what's gonna happen with the price of diesel. With things changing, so I just level funded it and we will hope for the best that it doesn't increase and we can get through our fiscal year. And then, other than everything else, the salary and wages have been level funded. I know with the part-time rate that had been increased earlier in the or later last year, I should say, but earlier or mid fiscal year, I should say, I didn't accommodate that. I mean, that's not accommodated for in this, but we would hope that we would be able to make it work.
Right, are we at 42 or 43? The town details. I still have 42.
Yeah, it hasn't changed, 42.
That might have been my misprint. Yeah.
So that's a 42, all right.
Well, it's at time and a half for the highest paid full timer. Aside from contractual employee. So that would be Kevin's rate plus half,
Right, that was the 42.
42.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't aware that it had gone up a buck, that's all.
Any other questions for Patrick?
I do want to mention, again, I know wages and everything are level funded. I hate to say it, but it has been brought to my attention that, there may be full-time employees looking elsewhere because of, rate wise with the town. Other towns are being more competitive, unfortunately. It's just something that we can't control. But with things changing in other towns and rates being higher and then having more experience and more licenses, they can seek higher positions elsewhere. I do want to make it aware, if we do lose a full-time employee, it is going to significantly impact our highway department, especially if it's during the winter time. It's just kind of one of those things. I know, again, the town finances are tight, but it has also been talked about, if there was a possibility of adding another full timer. Again, that's something to look into in the future, but the town is growing. we're kind of at our max right now with our plow routes. Again, I can only really, I have 5 appointed people on my part-time list, but I'm lucky if I can get 2 of them to come in. People have full-time jobs, they have kids, they have things, and I can't accommodate for that, so. You know, if I can, I luckily. Tim was able to help me out on the last bigger storm and have some firefighters come in and help me, which was significant, it was huge. But if we did have another full-time employee, then that risk would be taken out. The other concern with the full-time employees is that I'm not saying they're overworked, but I feel they may be overwhelmed with not being at a decent rate, but more or less if something happens where they are sick or they need time off, it's just leaving me and one other full-time employee. So I really have no backup. I have nobody there to fill that position. It's just kind of one of those things where, you know, if we're in the middle of a snowstorm and someone gets sick, you know, flu or whatever it may be, then you know, we don't have the ability to fill that position. It's just, you know, it's, to me, I think it's kind of spread thin with us. It's just, I think if they feel bad if they call out because they're sick, but then they're coming in sick and then getting us sick. So it's kind of one of them catch-22 kind of things. So it's just something to think about. Again, I didn't accommodate it on this or anything. I have things written up if, you know, just kind of by hand of roughly what I would be thinking about. Again, we would need to address the full-time employees that are there now before we would look into that, but again, I just want to make you aware.
Okay. Okay, very good. Don, do you have any other questions?
No, actually, he's covered a lot of stuff that I was gonna ask, so.
Good, good. Well, it's very well presented. You did a good job. It's
Thank you.
very,
Again, if I
very
have,
detailed.
I brought folders and mounts of things, so I didn't know what was gonna be asked or what was brought upon. So if there's any questions at all, or you need any evidence or invoices or quotes or anything like that, I have everything to present.
No, it
Good.
seems pretty clear.
So the catch basins, Pat, renting a vehicle is a little more cost effective than
Yes.
hiring a company.
Yes, hiring a company, you pay per basin. And what I have was, I believe it was $65 a basin, but then per basin, and that's with material removal. So again, what is in the catch basins is considered hazardous material. Through the state, they have to test that material and then it has to be shipped to Nashua, New Hampshire, which is $28
Really?
a ton. Yes. So
Hmm.
I have some paperwork here. Again, this would fall under some of the sand salt thing as well, which I will hope to get to at some point. But the state has now required all towns to present to the state of how much sand they use a year and how much salt they use a year. And with now that being brought upon us, it opens up, I would say, a can of worms. If we are using 500 tons of sand a year, they're going to expect us to pick up with our street sweepings over at least they're gonna want to see at least 60% of that picked up.
Really?
So with that kind of being said, they have to come and test it, which is roughly $4,000 to $5,000 for them to test it to see how contaminated it is and how much it is, how much is there. And then now we're looking at trucking fees to bring it. I mean, we don't have the vehicles to truck it to Nashua, New Hampshire. Now we're paying a company to truck it from here to Nashua, New Hampshire. And the state facility in New Hampshire charges $28 a ton. Now, keep in mind, we pay $23.50 a ton for sand. So that's going to be coming in, factoring in. I've been talking to people with Mass DOT and there's no representative for the Ware watershed right now, so I've been dealing with the Wachusett watershed, DCR. And Jamie has been nice enough to present a whole bunch of information to me about these new guidelines that are coming in. But what they're seeing is that they want to protect waterways, reservoirs, anything like that. So they're seeing a lot of towns go to a treated salt, straight salt, but it is under the something they have proper calibration with their trucks. So you would have an electronic sander that is properly calibrated per ton, or per pounds per lane mile of what you're putting out and such. And that would all come into effect. With us, it's kind of harder because we only have one truck with a calibrated sander. We can try to calibrate our older sanders, but it's gonna be kind of one of them things. It's kind of gets finicky when you get to those old hydraulic sanders. But anyways, it's not kind of old school like it was where we could pick it up and we could go use street sweeping somewhere else in town. It just doesn't work like that anymore. The state now deems street sweepings and catch basin cleanings hazardous material because it has been mixed with salt and it has been presented to a roadway, which means it's been presented to air, water, and vehicles. So vehicles can carry anything, you know, water falls on it, the salt will dissipate, but it stays within the sand. And then, you know, anything else that gets on the road. So now we have to pick that up. It's just kind of the way they're looking at it as they're trying to prevent, you know, more further contamination within the environment. So it's just something we're gonna have to deal with in the future.
They're concerned about waterways now.
They're concerned about reservoirs, waterways, catch basins, anything to do with the environment. They are kind of cracking down. That's why Bay State Roads presents a class that's called snow and ice operations class to supervisors and employees. I've sat in on a few of them, and they're just trying to preserve the watershed in all districts as best as possible. In their minds, they would want to see brine and straight salt with the calibrated. Whether it could be 100 pounds per lane mile, 50 pounds per lane mile, anything that's under what the state's using at 200 pounds per lane mile. Is what they want to see. They feel that. I've heard mixed reviews about the sand being mixed in. You know, again, we pay, I think the budget was $26,000 or so a year for sand. That's what is budgeted for. You know, that could be, you know, treated salt is more than normal straight rock salt, but is more effective. It helps melt quicker, it stays on the road longer, it doesn't dissipate and leach off as fast. So it's just things to consider. I have no control over it. So when the time comes and I have to submit with the state of how much sand and how much salt we're using a year, they're going to look at that and they're going to expect to see us call up at some point and say, we need our soil tested or our hazardous material tested, and then we're gonna be looking into shipping costs and bringing it out. This could be helped with the fact of if we did cut our sand down or out. I know there are people concerned in town, residents and everything, and just as well as myself, that it does, you know, contaminate wells. But in their eyes, using sand is hurting the environment more than just using straight salt, because when we put sand on the roads, sand doesn't melt snow or ice. When we put it on the roads, it is now on the roads and the traffic runs the sand off to the edge of the road. Well, then it snows. So what happens? Well, we plow that sand off the road. Now we can't pick it up. Now it's in our waterways, it's in our catch basins, it's on people's lawns. And with that sand containing the salt and we can't pick it up, it's staying there. At least with salt, it will dissipate, it will turn to a liquid, it'll leach rather into the road or to the edges of the road. And the way I had researched, I had read and looked at other things, you know, a well is an average 150 to 300 feet deep. Salt, if it's put down, you know, it's gonna last on the road for anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. And then it's going to leach off the edge of the road. You know, salt comes from the ground, 1, 2, the ground's a filter. So it'll go into the ground, but if it's a filter and the time that salt reaches the well at 150 to 300 feet deep, and if the salt travels, say maybe a foot into the ground a year, if not maybe a little faster, I mean, you're looking at 100 years, 120 years. I mean, there's nothing brought to my attention that's been significantly proven that salt contaminates wells. I'd like, if there was something in
Would you like a
writing,
Sample?
what's that?
Sample.
I have nothing in writing.
My house is polluted.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing in writing, so again, this, like, nothing's been brought to my attention that like, hey, I have writing, I had samples, and it's proven that it's road salt, then absolutely, then we will go from there, but I can't, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I have the state and then I have residency, so I have to do what's going to be more, I'm not doing it for my personal favor. I have to look what's going to be more cost effective and environmentally friendly. If we cut our sand budget down, we can use it towards salt and towards other things. And that will cut down our street sweeping costs, it'll cut down the material removal, and significant amount of other things. So it's something to consider. Again, I'm just saying that it's going to come to the town's attention at one point where the state may turn around and say, yeah, you have $500,000 worth of sand that you need to get rid of.
It's another unfunded mandate by the state,
Exactly.
once again.
Yes. Of course.
Our road is polluted with
Mr. Hughes?
Hughes, Easter Road. One thing you might want to consider, the people you were talking to are in the Wachusett area,
Yep,
which has a reservoir all the way around it.
yep.
We don't have that here. So it's a little bit of a different situation.
Yeah, I mean,
So Phil
again,
and I are on the Ware River Watershed Committee.
Mhm.
We hear these kind of comments all the time. And the people down there are more concerned about the reservoir because it's right there.
right.
We don't have that situation.
Right. No, I agree with you in that standpoint. Again, they didn't have anybody to communicate with me through the Ware watershed, so
But why is that? What are you trying to get over?
I'm just somebody that is in control of the Ware district watershed that deals with environmentally impacting such things. I believe the person I was speaking to
And
I don't know, they didn't give me anybody that, a name or anything like that.
we can probably get your name.
And I hate to say it, but I mean, whether it's Wachusett Water District or Ware Water District, I mean, there's still open water around here, whether it's a reservoir or not.
Right, but it's the Ware River, which goes to Quabbin.
Right,
And
again,
A
but
year and a half later, it may end up going the other direction, so.
yeah,
It's a different scenario.
it is and it isn't. I'm just. Whether it's a reservoir or it's wells, it's still open water. It's still, there's still ponds around here. I mean, the 5, 6, 10 ponds around here, lakes, whatever it may be, they're still open. And the waterways and the ecosystems, I mean, we have plenty of culverts and streams and everything else that, the 5 mile and everything else that it all has to go somewhere, whether it's a public supply water or just a waterway that goes somewhere, it's still environmentally impacting. So,
So Pat, they haven't issued their mandatory guidelines as of tonight.
no,
Okay,
they are still working on that.
forthcoming.
It's forthcoming. It just was brought to my attention that, no matter what water district we're in, they're coming.
Okay,
That's just something that we have to keep in mind. And I
all right.
have a feeling that's why some of the towns are starting to lean back on the uses of sand because they just don't know if they're gonna be able to either get rid of it or hide it or whatever it may be. I rock in a hard place. I have to tell you the knowledge that I'm receiving
Mhm.
and
Absolutely.
All right, Pat. So when you find out more, I'm sure you'll
I'm
tune us in.
absolutely, I'll do my best.
The shirts look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Good.
All set.
No?
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Well done. Okay, the next one on our list is fire department.
Good evening, everybody. I kept mine as, instructed level funding. A couple of things I had to increase, pretty cut and dry. I upped our phone bill because, a few years back when I became chief, we started covering my cell, but that's still every year I ask, and that's never been increased, so I always draw that account negative by about $700-800 every year, because that's never been covered. Vehicle maintenance. I'm at $10,000. I've been that every single year. I've had one repair this year, last week, and it was $8,073. That's one repair. That's not a single oil change. That's not a tire. That's nothing. So I'm deferring regular maintenance. I mean, just an oil change on my trucks with routine services of $1,000 a piece. So
That was the one with the brake
that
system.
was the brake system, yeah. So that again, it's just the costs are through the roof. And then the only other last thing I increased by a little bit was the testing, because we have more hose with the new engine, because the old tanker had no hose on it. So that went up by a couple $100 to cover the new testing. Other than that, I went level funded on everything. By all means, I'm not saying that level funded is gonna, it doesn't cover with all the unfunded mandates and stuff we have coming down the road. I could have increased everything by, 7 or 8% to almost maintain level, but I know the town doesn't have the money, so I didn't ask. But yeah, we're reducing services by going level funded, but we can't.
How much is your phone a month?
Right now it is, it's about $100 a month. So 104. Something like that.
Who's the carrier on that? Verizon?
No, it's FirstNet.
FirstNet?
Yep. We pay another 80, now we cover the whole building for the internet and phones for the whole fire and their side too. Get that, all that's another $100 a month right there. So that's why it's about $2,000 a year for the two.
I was just curious, Patrick, how much is your phone bill a month?
But it's right now, it's just over $40. It's like 41 something.
That could be a phone too.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
that's just a.
There's,
That's all I have, is just a.
there's
cell
a big difference between the two.
Yeah,
I set Pat's up through AT&T FirstNet under, 'cause I know police has theirs too. So it was like police, but then it was like different umbrellas. So it's
phone.
literally
Yeah, we can- if I can reduce-
$40. The phone was, and with the first bill was a one-time fee plus the accessories,
right.
but the phone itself, the services, yeah, $40 and change, 41 bucks.
FirstNet?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Your FirstNet?
I definitely don't get the $40 a month fee. I bought my own phone. Got my
Right, I
phone
wonder if
for
it's
$40.
because it's done through a town.
Oh, yeah, I'm not through the town.
That's probably the difference.
We just went, because I always paid my own bill and then we just started. You guys.
I think it's
started paying it.
through like a
So,
corporation, like,
We'll work on that, but I'm still gonna be short because just the fire station internet still runs more than the annual money. So. But, and then, like I said, everything else is, again, it's just not, I just level funded. We make do, that's what we do up there, unfortunately, and you guys have been, emailing the board some of the stuff, if this OSHA stuff comes down this year, which, the committee's closed on it, if that does happen. We got a lot of big issues, but again, like Pat just said, until we get it, I can't begin to predict where it's gonna go. And then salaries, I know we're not doing that, but I just wanted to make sure that for level funded for the salary includes that money that was taken away this year that we're going back at special town meeting for.
I don't think we can answer that tonight, but it's in there.
Yeah, I know it's in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's my big worry was, the cuts from last year have become the new norm.
Right, and we're hurting, we've cut, and again, I know tonight's not about salary, but I've cut training and we're doing about a quarter of the training we did last year because of brush fire season.
Right.
And with that $4,000 being gone, that's a big hit, so I have to make sure we're there for emergencies. So I'm not doing, no one's doing anything extra, we're just doing the bare minimums to keep people safe, but it's not really effective.
Do you have any new equipment that you're looking at?
No, I mean,
This year, or
again,
just
I don't have
replacing-
anything on there little that I could. Add. The only thing, like my equipment stuff, that's just to maintain like people's turnout gear, stuff like that.
Okay,
Capital wise, I've put in every year, our radios are a huge issue, but that's $500,000. So that's nothing that's going in the regular budget. And then you saw the thing about dispatch sent out, they're looking to upgrade dispatch center. And if that's the case,
It's gonna affect both departments.
3/4 of my stuff will no longer be any good.
Right.
So that's, again, that's gonna be negotiated between the board and dispatch. They can't just say, hey, you gotta get this, because we can't swing it. I do have a grant out this year for $500,000 for that, so. We'll see. I have a grant out for $150,000 for turnout gear.
So the email that you sent, that kind of references maybe that could bring the DPW and highway in too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we get that grant, we could give you some of the stuff that's not affected.
Yeah.
That could get them
So
on
they
board,
can
but
communicate with
Yep.
dispatch directly.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I put that in the grant saying that it's really not effective. We're out during a storm and I can't talk to him.
Right.
It's not an effective way. And I was always got cell phones, but when the towers go down, I need to be able to talk to him on a radio.
Right.
And then turnout gear, and then the last thing, which again is not in here, but like Jaws of Life are 20-something years old, which they're working, but when they're not working, there's no parts anymore, so. But I didn't put any of that in this. That's not for, nothing's in operating budget.
The fiber grant eliminates the need for the exactly what he's talking about, the internet.
And we still have that.
Mhm.
$178,000.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would be addressing what you're talking about.
That fire station.
It would be all the public buildings.
Okay.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have a bill.
to follow suit with Tim, if you don't mind, the email I had sent you that Mike Moriarty had emailed me and I had forwarded to the Board of Selectmen. That was following with the temporary option and the a temporary option and then the main fix, but he had included in there that dispatch was switching frequencies and analogs and other things. And that if we, as a highway department, wanted to get radios and to be on the same as there, we would have to purchase, just 3 handheld radios, and that alone was like $6,000. But just as like Tim was saying,
Yeah, and that would also,
6,000 a piece.
no, the radios were $2,500
They get the business
something.
band.
They
They
they're just
don't have to be the public safety band that we have, yeah.
they're
Yeah,
just
it's
like
6,000
handhelds.
plus.
Yeah, it's 6,000 each
Yeah.
for a portable. My truck. So again, if this thing goes through with the new radios, I don't have a single truck radio that would work, and those are $10,000 a piece.
right.
Yeah, so
And I'm gonna need 3 as well.
I don't want to jump the, I mean, that's not this kind of budget, but stuff that's coming down the line that
Right.
this is what we're dealing with. And that's the state's mandate eventually. We all
We
go
should
to this
talk to
P25.
Communications Center too and say, hey, you gotta defer some of these costs for these radios because we didn't vote for that.
Yes. But one of the big things, like my new equipment budget in there. What they did a few years ago, and again, no one's fault, but they bought everybody new turnout gear with a grant way before my time. Well, turnout gear's got a 10-year lifespan, so all of a sudden, it's all no good. So with this equipment budget being 20 grand a year now, every year I can buy 1 or 2 sets at $4,000 a set. And so we're never at a point of needing everything at once. And that's what happened with the radios. All the radios we got when they dispatch upgraded to the 400 band from low band,
you just.
and everything's the same age. So we should avoid that by getting stuff. in
Someone has to
pieces.
take charge of it.
I guess what I was getting at is
Okay.
if you had to buy 200 feet of 4-inch hose, that would still come out of.
Oh, yeah. So we have, yeah, and that's what, where stuff breaks, we've been,
All right.
so we can survive as long as nothing huge breaks.
Yeah.
This budget will cover.
Yeah.
The stuff we break, the chainsaws, the hose, that kind of stuff. I'm very fortunate, the guys take good care of the equipment, so we, knock on wood, we haven't broke anything in a while. Except the truck.
These portables, that's talking about a 2372.60 a piece.
Yeah, those were for the PP2s.
Yeah.
Which are the ones that won't transfer after the 1st of July.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
So that, for 3 handhelds of those was 5,720, but if we went with the P25s, oh, sorry, no. If we went with the P25s, it was 5,720, 3 handhelds that will be transferable after the 1st of July. But if we went with temporary ones now, just for the highway department, for 3 handhelds, it would still cost us $2,372.
And we're still looking at a unit so that you can talk to Tim or Fred
Okay.
on a different frequency, correct?
Yeah, the way it was presented to me is that they're looking at a solution that would address critical communication for all DPWs, be able to communicate with actually anybody. It's not just Ocam that's having this issue, it's other towns too. Rutland's fortunate enough to where being dispatched right there, they kind of have their own thing going on, but I mean, most of the other towns through dispatch, they have no way of communicating other than cell phones because everybody's just been cut out. So these radios would be on frequency. I'm assuming would be on some frequency that they would set up, or it would be on some coming off of someone else's frequency.
One of the problems they've had consistently for the past 10 years is securing another frequency, period.
Right,
Whether it be for police, fire, or highway.
right,
The FCC just doesn't have them.
right.
And the closest one that we do have interferes with the ambulance service in Boston because we're up so high. So we can't use that. So they're gonna have to come up with a completely different frequency
Right.
that, you know. And I don't see why 911 is not paying for this.
I agree.
Yeah.
Was their mandate for P25, they should pay for it. Okay.
They are, like Moriarty said, they are coming out to go through every one of our radios, every one of our vehicles. To come up with a needs assessment. They can do it with all the towns in the rec.
Mhm.
Let's see what. But yeah, my budget is very simple. Same. Build, I agree with Pat, building maintenance. If I could have upped it, I definitely would have, because. Again, we're in good shape, it's in good, but it's showing its age, it's like the heat, how many times has it gone out as this year?
Oh, I just went out before I left today. I was messing with it.
Yeah, so every,
I was
at least
not
once a
going
week
on
it's been
it.
going out.
Yeah.
You know, the heat, the roof, our lights are the same way, we've been slowly plucking away at things like that, so. We wanna make it last a long time, so.
One thing to add to that, not to keep adding on, but we did have the generator maintenance and the radiator in the generator is leaking. So I have an active quote of $9,800 to replace it. Luckily, I have two very handy full-time employees. So we are going to
You do.
address it ourselves in the spring. I think we are going to be able to send that out and possibly be repaired, and then we can put it back together ourselves. I think the quote they had was quite ridiculous, but just so you're aware that it
Mm,
was brought to our attention. We will address it in the spring. As of right now, we have it under control to where something happens, it still will run and still operate, but we are keeping an eye on it. As soon as it gets warm enough, then that'll be the first thing we do. $9,800. $9,800, yeah.
My engine 3 needs a radiator, so it's not that much, they only increased the budget to grand.
Jen Power had emailed it to me.
My radiators aren't that expensive.
I don't know where they're getting $9,800 for this radiator.
Yeah, no, it's more than that. That's $1,200.
Well, it looks bad. The other thing, grant wise too, we just did get $10,422
Yeah.
last week. I've already got the equipment be delivered this coming week,
good.
and I'm getting another $6,000 some dollars from more public education stuff, hopefully next couple of weeks, I'm waiting for that a little bit.
I saw those come through, so that was very good. Thank you.
You want a set of turnout gear and use it as a demonstrator?
I wish.
There you
Look
go.
what we wear.
That would help fit.
Look at that, baby.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the fire chief?
I'm all set.
You're all set?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All the work that everybody is putting into their budgets. Helping us a lot for the town. Okay, next budget, police chief.
So, and being in sync with my compadre over here, I've level funded everything except for the contractual raise that I get for the position I'm in.
Right,
I did add 6,000 that hopefully was gonna be returned to my budget for training. at the special town meeting, so we'll wait and see what what happens with that. But there is nothing else and
You're adding that for June to restore last year's cut.
well, there was.
Going forward.
For the special, yeah, but
Yes.
June as well.
Yep, for
Going forward,
26.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
I do have to expand upon something that Pat was talking about too, as far as pay. So the part-time officers I have, I'm losing them,
I know.
and they're just gonna keep going because we cannot compete with any of the other towns.
No, when they're leaving, they're going to full-time
No.
positions, though. They're not. They're just going to
No, Mr.
other
Murdoch,
towns
yeah,
for
Mr.
part-time.
Murdoch went to the town of Bolton part-time. And we can't even come close to competing with them. They pay $30 an hour for a part-time officer.
And they're still able to go out and do details?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can do everything that the regular full-time officers can do. I think their full-time starts there at about 36 or 38 an hour. So we are losing officers to that. I have one that's leaving for the state police and he hasn't been putting in for hours because he's preparing to leave. And that was Martinez. So he works for Worcester State College, but he's being hired by the state police and obviously there's no competing with that.
No, no, not at all.
So he'll be leaving.
And we just lost our detective.
We just lost our detective, Mr. Murdoch, yeah. So Benny Levine, who was a detective out there, he's an officer for, you remember Benny. He came out and did his background. They're experiencing all the same stuff we are out there. They're competing with each other, stealing each other's officers. The pool to draw from has shrunk considerably. So we're not getting the applicants that we used to get. And so my suggestion is, not that I put it in my budget, but the town should consider upping the hourly rate to probably 24 or 25 bucks an hour. Right now, we're at 19 and change, which really they're not working here for that. They're working here for the opportunity
You
to work
just don't,
detail.
the snow plows, Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah.
And the officers need correspondence to be
For
equitable.
correspondence.
To support Fred, I think Owens is hiring at $19 an hour now. You're not getting shot at though.
Well, you could.
Depends which dog's the eye, but.
Also,
You're not shoot back.
pays their clerks that.
If somebody comes in with a bad attitude.
Something messes up.
Have you seen Barry's advertisement for an officer?
I have. I'm just praying right now. We're not gonna lose anybody else.
Educational stipends. 4,500 and 6,000 based on the degree.
Right?
60 to 66,000 to start.
And that's what we pay our full-time sergeant.
I was just gonna say, isn't that what we're paying Kevin?
Right. So you can walk in entry level as a patrolman full-time and make more than our sergeant is.
They got Maureen
19 an hour, is that what?
pretty sharp.
Ours is like it's like $19.69 an hour, something like.
Right, it's not quite 20.
Yeah,
It's not quite 20.
No.
As I call FICOs.
And the training is mandatory now.
Yep.
Everybody,
Correct,
same as the full-time.
correct. So we have to
We
make.
got 11 officers
Right,
that are certified by the state. 3 are conditional.
right.
What's conditional?
Conditional is, they have to get enough hours from their bridge academy in order to maintain their status as a full-time trained employee.
Okay. That's what I thought. 2 of them expire this July. 1 expires next July. Are they gonna have their hours in?
So one is not, the other 2 will. One is just gonna walk away. And I asked that she just let her time run out so that I don't lose another employee. But we're gonna lose her. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When that time runs out, she's done. She'll be decertified.
So these regulations are really meant to weed out all the part-time.
In my
I
opinion,
truly.
in my opinion, yes,
Because it makes no sense to me at all.
correct.
Yep,
I agree with you 100%. But what they are saying is we can hire part-time officers and you can have and maintain part-time officers, but they have to be full-time certified.
Yep.
So the part-timers that are truly part-timers won't make it.
What you just said, though, is they have to go through the full-time academy.
yes.
That's correct.
Who can leave their full-time job to go through the full-time academy? They know exactly what they're doing out there in Boston,
I agree with you 100%.
you know?
This has been a discussion with the Mass Chiefs, especially Western Mass. I talk to them from time to time. It's not really Eastern Mass at all. They don't care.
And that's exactly why all those little towns out there are joining together and putting in one department. Hardwick and New Braintree, you know?
They're the only ones I know of, though.
Oh, no, there's like 4 or 5 out in Western Mass that have done it.
Yeah, I'm not aware of them.
They used to do the bales out there. You know? It was all because of the post commission. Now, have they required accreditation yet?
No. It's coming.
I was going to say it's
they
coming,
discussed that,
obviously,
and I
yeah.
don't know if they implemented that or not.
No, it hasn't been implemented yet.
That is gonna be one big financial issue. For you guys anyway,
Oh, yeah.
you know. Um, All right,
Of course, that could all change.
what could change?
The accreditation and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Who you have sitting in Boston?
Yeah, well, who you got sitting out there now isn't gonna help you.
No, no, not at all. She's made that.
It doesn't appear that way.
No. No, they've got their program and that's what they want.
Yep.
And a lot of the Eastern Mass Chiefs aren't helping.
No, they're not.
They don't have to. They don't have part-time people.
Right,
In all full-time departments, what the heck do they care about part-timers?
right,
That's the problem. They are the ones they were listening to.
exactly.
You know, they didn't come out here and ask you,
Nope.
you know,
No, everybody west of Worcester,
oh, yeah,
or even west of 495, if you think about it, because
It really is. It is west of 495.
Boxborough, all those, they still all have run part-time.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with having full-time academy certified part-timers. I think that's great.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're not gonna work for,
well, that working for $19 an hour and have to do the exact same training you guys do.
correct.
And the in-service training, it's on top of that every year.
So in-service training now is because of what recently transpired with 70 officers statewide.
Yep.
It looks like it's gonna start going back to more in-person. Instead of just the in-person that we have for CPR, firearms, defensive tactics. It's gonna turn back to, in-service is gonna be
You're gonna
in-person
go.
across the board.
So
So your criminal law, your constitutional law, all your
I've got a guy
updates.
on duty right now. He could take the online during his shift
Right,
and get certified, right?
right.
They go back to going out for 40 hours.
We don't
You gotta backfill that position for 40 hours.
Correct,
Mhm.
So there's another cost.
right. And that's the point I'm trying to make, but that hasn't happened yet. I just received all my FY 25 updates for MPTC. And I've been trying to knock them off, and you've got until June 30th to get it all done and completed before the new fiscal year. So we're working on that right now, which I would say 85% of it's online. So all we have to do right now is CPR, first responder, in person for the practical. And firearms and defensive tactics, that's it. So unless that changes, right now, we're holding steady. But like I said, I think I see that with what happened recently, going back to in person.
Yeah, they kind of said that.
I know.
Okay.
But like I said, the real issue with us is the hourly rate at which we're paying part-time employees. As far as rest of the budget's going, right now, we're in good shape. Staying within our line items, we're conservative. Very conservative with the budget, but we're doing our best to keep the numbers down so that we can make it to the end of the year.
Michael, any further questions for?
No, I think you
Police
covered it pretty good.
It doesn't paint a rosy future for any of the
None of these
rules.
budgets are rosy,
No.
that's for sure.
Across the board, though, every town, and back to what Pat was saying, every town is suffering the same fate. And it's all west of 495.
And they don't seem to care.
No.
And I don't know
That's for sure.
exactly what they expect us to do.
Oh,
No,
really?
that's it.
And just to touch on the radios real quick. Fortunately, when we applied for that grant and received our handhelds, we got the P25 capable radios. So we have enough portables for the police department so that when the switchover happens, we don't need portables. However, we're gonna need mobile radios for the cruisers. And like you said, they're about 10,000 a piece.
Mhm.
And I agree with you 100% on what you said earlier about 911 made this change. They should be paying for it.
Absolutely.
That shouldn't come from the police departments or highway, fire. It shouldn't come from any of us.
You want to get technical, they were supposed to create a 700 band
They
10
were.
years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And all police and fire agencies were going to the 700 band. They'd have plenty of channels, which would open up all these channels for highway.
Right.
They didn't fund it.
Interoperations would have been good on that too, because you've got state police on 800.
Yep.
You've got LPS 7 statewide.
Yep.
And so if we were able to get within the correct frequency range, all radios that you would have in your cruisers or on your hip would be capable of going to 700 or 800.
Exactly.
It makes perfect sense.
Sure it does.
That way
didn't do it.
interoperations is, flawless.
Yeah.
You're right. It makes too much sense.
Well, they did. Feds didn't fund it. So,
Right. Well, that could change too.
well,
We have a law enforcement friendly administration. Or public safety, I should say, not just law enforcement, public safety altogether.
You're all set? Okay. You're all set, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks, Fred.
very good. Thank you,
thanks, Fred.
Chief, for your information.
Thank you.
Some of it's a little bit disheartening,
It is.
looking towards the future.
Unfortunately, it's not just the police department, it's.
It's everybody,
fire and
it's
ambulance, all of
everything.
us. We're all in the same kettle of fish.
Well,
All of
the,
us.
The school is preliminary budget. Subcommittee meeting last week. 7.09% increase over last year,
Yeah,
but
and
That-
it may change.
that's gonna change either one way or the other. Because they stress that's preliminary because they don't have a lot of their numbers in yet.
Are
So
we still receiving money back for transportation costs after the,
Governor's
So fiscal
budget
year.
is funding transportation at 95%.
Yeah,
The governor's budget.
okay,
So it has moved a little bit.
there,
Still not 100.
there
yeah.
a lot of
exactly.
unknowns at this point with the budget process for them.
And if I may, just because I attended that meeting
Yeah.
as a school committee, some of the items added to the operating budget are items that were funded by grants, right? When the grant is done, either you sustain it and add it to the operating budget, or it no longer exists. So.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving variables, for
Mhm.
sure.
I mean, the Hubbardston rep asked for,
We're gonna have to really check carefully for everything, make sure it's sustainable.
And I'll make copies of
And
what
it's
we
very
received.
difficult. You have something for
Yeah.
1 year and you can't fund it the next year. What do you do?
I mean, I know that one of the school committee, because this is a subcommittee, as much as they support sports, it was almost a $90,000 increase just in sports. It's, put you up against making some hard decisions. Possibly, that might be something that would have to, that was just an example that would
Mhm.
have to be relooked at.
Yeah,
Locally, the governor's budget went from 415 to 450 for us. But again, that's how It's the Senate, they're gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah.
their thing too, but
I mean,
Has there been any talk on the federal grants that will be coming through with a new administration? So I haven't heard anything.
anything I get, I send to you guys.
Yeah.
You do, and I appreciate that. Yeah, and I hadn't seen anything, so I was just curious if anybody had heard anything.
That was actually.
Yeah,
just
I won't
waiting
hear,
on
I,
that.
mine is September usually. You apply, I applied last November. I won't hear till next September.
Oh, okay, all right.
Brutal.
and if there are other grants out there that we're eligible for, we should be hearing from the company we hired to give us the heads up on grants that are available for us, especially infrastructure.
We do get the emails. We got some today,
Yeah, I was reading the one.
this
about the-
afternoon.
the
Oh,
no
I
emissions
looked at
truck.
everything
Yeah.
this morning and I didn't have
I really
any.
delayed.
Hold on, I'm gonna wait to plow the roads. I'm gonna plug
Step
my
one is
truck
in effect now. It
I'll fly
started
with the
last week.
generator.
Yeah, please don't go with that.
Yeah.
They sent us that.
Yeah, and
No.
they usually help us out with that if they think there's really something available, they'll get us going on it.
Mhm.
I was gonna check with Blythe again.
Yeah.
To see how we're doing with that,
Yeah,
because that's how we got the 178 for the
Right.
fiber.
right.
I'm shocked.
The company is worth having.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Blythe has been great.
Yeah, but I was going
Easy
to,
to work with, and she's very informative.
right,
Yeah.
I was going to reach out to her again and see if she has anything in mind for us. That would be very helpful. But the company has worked out pretty well finding us grants.
They definitely have. They've been worth the payment.
Yes. So we'll keep working with them for a while anyway. Okay, no other questions, gentlemen? Thank you so much for all your input. Everything looks a little sad, but it's all complete and we know where we are
I hate
and we
to-
can work from here.
Give some more bad news, but I did mention the last meeting that there was a possibility of going over our salt, snow and ice budget. If we keep continuing to get these little storms.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna be over. I'll probably have to order maybe late this week, early next week, but just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's just nothing I can do about it.
no, there isn't.
Pat, you're lucky. You're the only department that can deficit spend on. So.
The groundhog said 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, guess what, Pat? It comes right off the top
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
to pay it.
Seeing negatives, I cringe, you know,
Yeah.
especially my own personal bank account, I cringe, you know. Never mind town budget.
No, no,
All right.
so
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah. Making me
we've got to
sweat.
get all of this information out to the finance committee since nobody showed up tonight. To get this information firsthand.
Yep.
So I don't know whether they're going to be calling all of you back to talk to them on their nights. I don't know. We'll be meeting with them, I'm sure, on some Wednesday when they decide they're going to have another meeting. But at least we have something to talk about with them. Is good. Okay. If there is nothing else, anything for new business?
Yeah, oh, go ahead, Tim.
Nope.
No, I just have an invoice that was. Clerk would like to add to. Since we put together the original special town meeting.
Right, that's for the
she's
special town
received a
meeting.
Bill from back in May. When she was not town clerk. And Maribel has checked with the town accountants. It hasn't been paid. There's no record.
And
of it.
Christine actually called the company just to make sure that there was anything else that was lingering,
Right,
and that was the
right.
only invoice. Which is odd, because like Chris said, they've invoiced her for other things since she came back, but this one, all of a sudden, now it's here. So we don't know if it fell between the cracks, but either way, if the board votes to add the additional 800 and whatever it is. to the warrant.
$894.49.
So it's on the company's end. It doesn't seem to be on the town's end whatsoever,
Right,
But it has to get paid.
right.
but
But it still needs to get paid, so it needs to go to the special town meeting to be voted on.
You can open the warrant next Monday,
mhm.
add what we need to add.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Roads and that. So, yeah.
No, I just.
We
wanted
were
to
hoping it was a
make sure you
duplicate, but unfortunately.
aware of it.
Sorry.
Sorry about that too.
Mhm.
New business, Don? Tim?
So, going on the budget thing, and I'm gonna be very careful how I say this, I don't need rumors in town. But again, like I said, this is not sustainable the way we're going. We need to look at options. I have two responsibilities. First, the citizens, secondly, my members.
Right,
So I'm always looking at how can we provide a service to make sure when someone calls 911, they're getting what they need. And how can I make sure everyone goes home to their family every day? Those are at the end of the day, the only two things I care about. You talked about the police departments joining and sharing things. I think we need to start looking at, and I don't want to get out there trying to regionalize the fire departments. That's not what I'm saying. But I think we need to start looking at whether it's sharing assets or regionalizing some of the stuff we do, or I just think that we need to think outside the box, because if this, especially if the OSHA stuff comes down, we can't sustain this. You know,
Yeah.
I don't need, the Jaws of Life are a great example, $100,000 to replace it.
right.
Well, Barry just got a grant for a brand new set. Like, why do we don't both need them? If we have an accident, they're coming, we're going, like. I think there's things we need to really look at. I know Barry's talked about, you know, I said, I hate to use the word regionalization, that's not what I'm.
Just reaching out,
Yeah.
mutual help.
Like I said, I'm in a good spot where I do this job because I love the town and I love my job. I don't need the title. So if the board ever gets, I want you to encourage, if they reach out, other boards reach out to any of you, like, bring it to me and talk. I don't want to give away OCAM stuff. That's not what I'm looking to do. I'm just looking at how we can survive the next 5-10 years. I don't see this, you know, with everything from manpower, like I said, the manpower was like Fred was talking about, you know, I just think we need to be smart about this and not shut anything out
Right,
and be open to discussions with other towns about sharing whatever we can. I'm just trying to think of a way to survive, because, you know, like I said, this budget, the town was, it's been nothing but great to support me, but it's not sustainable. And I think we need to come up with something. I don't have any answers, you know, I think I'll use the word regionalization because there's no better term for it, but I see a million hurdles, but I also see nothing that's impossible either for just being smart about, you know, we don't need, do I need 2 engines, a tanker and a rescue up there? Right now, absolutely, yes, but if we were guaranteed to have other towns, do we, you know, they have an engine, I have an engine and a tanker, we each have a brush truck, well, hey, we have a whole thing together.
mhm,
So I think there's a
Asset
way,
sharing.
yeah, I think there's,
Wouldn't that be more like a fire district?
yes, they gotta be a word rather than, yeah. So, and again, I don't know legally, I don't know how it's done, I don't know how, again, I'm trying to think outside the box here, how we can make sure that if anyone in this room or anyone in this town picks up and calls 911, they're getting what they deserve at their door. Without having to have a budget like Holden or Worcester, because we can never do that. So again, we're doing fine right now, we're gonna continue to do fine, but it's not, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road. I don't see it,
we're not going to be able
we're
to,
not gonna do it.
no,
So Tim, to do something like that, the very first thing would be whatever that district may encompass. Training so that every individual community is in that district is on the same training.
Yeah,
level.
and we're
That would be very much the first thing before
Yeah.
you could do anything else, right?
and we're getting that ready, like, so us with Barry, we work great with Barry, we work great with Rutland too.
Yeah.
But Barry's closer for training, like, we're doing this anyways, like, with a fire, everybody's coming, all like, we're doing this anyways, but we need to really formalize it and. You know, like I said, and this is career suicide, but like, you cut me, that's 38 grand you're saving right there, gone, that you could put towards. Something else, I don't want to, but you know, what I mean, like I said, unfortunately, I have a full-time
Yeah.
job, so, but I'm thinking taxpayers and budget. You know, what we could do, but the key to this, and I don't have these answers, like, let's say, you know, I pick Barry or Rutland or whatever town. Or towns, multiple, you
Yeah.
need to have the right leader, because with the wrong leader, you lose everybody. In all 3 towns, so that's what's key to this, and I don't have all those answers, I don't have a crystal ball, but I really think it's something that needs to be looked at. Down the road.
yeah.
You know,
It
and
sure
I'm
is.
very careful, I don't want rumors getting out saying I'm trying to give all OCAM stuff to Barry or Rutland or New Braintree or Spencer, I'm not. I'm just being a realist of what we need to do going forward. You know, and you know, even talking highway, you know, eventually they're gonna need a sweeper, but does all 3 towns need to buy a brand new sweeper? Well, that's ridiculous when you use it for a week a year. You know, so it's the same type of thing, you know what I mean?
Bless you.
So I see that. I think there needs to be some talk with some surrounding town boards, or if they reach out or stuff like that, I think it needs to be. Looked at, it might never work, but it might, I can't sit here and just walk away when I retired 4 years ago. Good luck. Like,
Yeah,
I wanna
no,
see it
I
succeed.
agree.
I'm still gonna be
Something
living
is gonna
down.
have to
I
be
want-
done.
I want help at my front door when I call 911.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. No, I think we all know that something has to be done. We're just trying to find a good way that will satisfy everybody, which is very difficult to
Yeah,
do,
you're not gonna say.
which is very difficult to do. No matter what plans we might come up with, not everybody's going to be happy. You're
Right.
just going to
No,
have to
I-
work with what you got, and whatever works best for you is what it's going to be.
But at the end of the day, I just always want to make sure that, said my guys go home safe and guys and girls go
Exactly.
home safe and the citizens get the help they need. So,
Exactly.
and I don't want to wait till we're at that point and come on a Monday night and go, hey, surprise, we need to do something tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have time. Let's,
I know, several years ago, I think, long before your term, they tried it with highway departments, and that did not work out very well. The sharing of, because when it was our turn to have something, it had been in a big accident, so we didn't get it. And there was one year that we didn't get swept because we weren't,
Remember that?
we were late on the list, and then snow started coming. So it didn't work out very well, so we really do have to be careful that everybody agrees that they're going to do their best to
yes.
fit everybody in, or I think they tried it between 3 different towns. I don't know if it was even 4, but we did not get the best out of that arrangement.
Yeah, I believe it was 4 towns and it was a tree truck. It was a bucket truck.
Yeah, but we had the sweeper one year too.
That was.
And when they set up their plan for it, we were at the end. Everybody else got it first, but it was, I think that was the one that was,
Nobody wanna get in the bucket of the tree truck here.
But
you know, so it has to be looked at, that we're going to have to do something like that, but we just have to do it carefully.
yes, I agree. But we do duplicate a lot of efforts, like a lot of the testing and
Yes.
we get a better deal if we can. And we try to do that already.
Exactly.
Most testing, us, Rutland and Barry pick the same day. So. the
Yeah,
company
that
comes
worked
one
out
day.
beautifully.
We bring all the trucks to the Rutland and lay the line to school and
Right.
so we save probably $1,000 or $2,000 by doing that. So we're trying to do it already.
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
Again, for long-term sustainability, it's something
we've been doing,
we need to.
small steps. So we're just going to have to start doing a little longer strides
Yep.
at getting it. But I think it's something we all realize. It's just that we keep trying to put it
Oh,
further away because it's not something we really look forward to doing.
and I want to be very careful that we don't give away anything, not give away, but our autonomy, like we're OCAM. We always want to be OCAM, but we have to make sure we can provide for the town as well. So
Yeah.
it's a balance.
Because you realize every time you give something away, you're giving part of the town away. How much of the town do you want to give away?
Lose your identity.
And the same token, town has to step up.
Has to
and
step
fund.
up and do something.
Yep.
So, and that meets the old word.
Yep.
It meets the old
100%.
word,
Yeah,
you know,
someday
Yeah,
it's
if
coming and
want,
it's
yeah, if they
sooner
want to
than later.
maintain it,
We all know that too.
I mean, school alone is gonna
Exactly.
force the issue.
It is going to force the issue.
It is.
If not this year, definitely
Or
next year.
yeah.
It will. So it's not a happy looking future, but we can work with it. We can,
Level it off and-
we'll just have to figure out how we can work with it. Anything on old business that we want to discuss?
No, I was gonna ask and you already answered it, so.
Okay,
Streets. Whole schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all set.
I think Phil's going on a clandestine commando raid. Knock on doors.
You need a vest?
I think he hinted at something like that.
Can lend you a rifle.
okay, if there's nothing new and nothing on old business correspondence, I'm just sharing with everybody the letter given to the Chief Guerin. It is with a heavy heart that I write to inform you of my decision to resign from the town of Ocam Police Department effective February 7th, 2025. This was not an easy choice to make, as my 14 years as a police detective in this community have been incredibly meaningful to me. And throughout my time here, I've been very fortunate to learn how to grow in ways I never could have anticipated. The support, encouragement I received from Chief Gehring, Deputy Chief Sweet, my fellow officers, the Board of Selectmen and wonderful residents of Ocam have shaped my career and inspired me every day. Respectfully, Detective William Murdoch, Ocam Police Department. We are sorry to see him go. He did a wonderful job while he was here. He was a wonderful asset to the town. What would the board like to do with that? I don't think we have a choice.
Accept it with regrets.
We'll accept it with regrets, yes. Most definitely. Okay, if there is nothing else for us to discuss tonight, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a busy night. We've got a lot done, discussed a lot.